Riley Brown here with GoAZCats.com senior editor Matt Moreno. Matt, we've been at most of the spring practices. Let's talk about some of the things that we've learned. First off, being some of the position changes that the Wildcats have made seem to be working for them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously Devontae Neal I think was the big one before even spring ball got started. Everyone knew that he was going to be moving from offense to defense, which when you do that late in your career, it's got to be tough on a guy. And so far he's done well. He's positioned himself well going into the summer to potentially be one of the starters at cornerback. Obviously, you make that transition and you're going to have some bumps in the road, some adjustments, and there's been that for Devontae Neal. But overall, he's looked like one of the better cornerbacks. I think it's just been more about just kind of getting acclimated to playing the position again after doing it in high school. And so far, so good. And Rich Rodriguez thinks that this was a good time for him, a good chance to learn what they wanted to do at cornerback, and looks like it's going to be a good move. And then obviously Jonathan Hayden has been the other one that we've kind of watched move up the depth chart a little bit, and he's not moving to a different side of the ball, but he's moving from maybe more of a slot receiver to more of a running back, a spot that Arizona needs some guys to step up. And with Nick Wilson being limited this spring, Jonathan Hayden has kind of made some strides. He's had to deal with a little bit of injuries here and there, but overall he's done well and looks like he could potentially be that third guy that they're looking for behind Nick Wilson.
All right, second off, we're going to talk about Freddie Tagaloa, the monster. What has impressed you about him this spring?
Yeah, I think if you got on my shoulders, we might be able to see eye to eye to him, maybe. Just his size. Obviously, the first thing you come out and the start of spring practice and what you see is a giant monster. And Rich Rodriguez says he blocks out the sun. I don't know if he quite does that, but he's definitely a big guy and noticeable on that offensive line, and somebody that they're going to be able to rely upon. Both as a leader and just with his skill set. So I think obviously Freddie Tagaloa is a monster. I think that's the only way you can describe him. I know I keep saying that, but that's really the only way you can describe him in one-on-ones and in the board drill and everything. He's just not really a match for anybody on the defensive line here at Arizona, and it'll be interesting to see what he does once the season starts.
All right, and finally, how important is the summer for this team?
Very important. Obviously, that's kind of the third thing we've learned especially over the last couple weeks. It sounds like the coaches, the players, everyone's talking about the summer, getting ready for the summer. Obviously, the coaches can do a little bit more with them now in the summer than they used to be able to. They used to be able not to talk to them, not to see them, anything. Now they can get a little bit more involved over the summer, but it's still going to be a lot about the players and what they do. And I think there's several position groups that are going to need a big summer. I think for Arizona, coming off of last season, it seems like the focus has been there all spring. And I think that's one of the things that's important going into the summer, to have some leaders established. And have some guys who know that they want to get back to the Fiesta Bowl, maybe even better, and they know that it's going to take a big summer from a lot of groups to make that happen. So I think it's all good things for Arizona. I think they know what they want to do and where they want to go next. So, but it will be an important summer for them.
All right, thank you, Matt. Spring practice ends tonight with the spring game. For GoAZCats.com, I'm Riley Brown.